I have to tell you, I adored this movie, Mark. It is absolutely spectacular.
Thank you, thank you.
What was it like living in the world of Mary Poppins Returns?
This entire process from the very beginning has just been joyful, and everyone involved with this film, starting with Rob Marshall, of course, the great Rob Marshall, but everybody has such a love of the original film and yet was so excited to be part of a new journey that each of us came to work every day with a sense of purpose and protection, but also joy and wonder and all the beautiful things that Mary Poppins brings into the world, we try to bring to work every single day. So the entire process from developing the script and the music to designing the world to extended rehearsal periods to shooting it, it's just a tremendously gifted crew of craftswomen and craftsmen, all of whom were doing their best work and doing it with a real sense of purpose, but joy. It was just love every day.
So when you realized you were going to make the sequel, did you think of like what kind of homage you wanted to do for the original? Because there's all these beautiful things in the movie that's sort of a throwback to the original, and how to make it fresh.
Sure. I think that first of all, we're all, particularly Rob Marshall, myself, John DeLuca, and then our writers, so respectful of the original and so love the original. I think we all felt, well, if anyone's going to do this, we're going to do it because we love the original so much, we're going to protect it. And I think the great challenge for all of us was finding the balance between being respectful enough to the original to feel like we're in a comfortable, familiar place, but use our own imaginations and create an entirely new story, an entirely new score, entirely new feelings, and be as original as we could be at the same time. So achieving that balance, I think, was our great challenge, and hopefully we've been very successful.
Oh, you did. Beautifully cast, of course, anchored with Emily Blunt. She was always your first and only choice, wasn't she?
Only choice.
Yes.
I mean, it's so hard to think, can anyone step into the shoes of the great Julie Andrews in that indelible performance? But Emily is instantly authentic as Mary Poppins, and she found a way to make it her own, with a slight nod to what's gone in the past, and yet it feels, you feel so confident the moment she appears. And first of all, you're so excited to see her appear on screen. It's one of the great film entrances of all times, is why our audiences just applaud the moment she appears in the clouds. But like the character, you as an audience feel instantly taken care of by Emily the moment she enters that film. She's sublime. It's a very nuanced performance. It's full of so many different feelings because she's quirky and she's rude and she's funny. She's making everything happen in a way that's very strong in this film. You always have the sense of that she's behind it. She's secretly delighted to be part of it, and yet she carries that sort of sadness right beneath the surface of someone whose job it is to be selfless and to take care, but knows that ultimately she can't really attach, that she has to leave in the end. And she plays all of those colors quite brilliantly.
Father! Aunt Jane! Come quick! Quickly!
What is it, Georgie?
Has something happened? I was flying the kite and I got caught on a nanny.
Whatever are you talking about?
Come look!
Wait, where did you get that kite?
I found it in the park. She kept it from blowing away.
Mary?
Poppins! Close your mouth, please, Michael. We are still not a codfish.
What does this mean to you personally, this film?
I appreciate your asking that because I think for all of us, it's such a personal film. First of all, I remember the impact the original film had on me as a kid. My mom and dad took me to the big theater in downtown Baltimore and got all dressed up as a kid to see the movie. And thinking, this world is so wonderful and so imaginative. I wonder if one day I could be part of that. So it informed a lot of my professional ambitions. And then to be able to tell a story today in this very complicated, dark world that we're living in, that's so fraught all the time in so many ways, to go back and suggest that we rediscover our childhood, that we rediscover a time where the world was filled with light and possibility, when even the impossible seemed possible, seemed like such a valuable, important idea and feeling to put out into the world today. And so for us, that meant everything, and still does. And I think the great joy of this film is, in the few weeks the film is being screened, is to watch the audience watch the movie, to see the tears, to hear the laughter, but to see the hope and the wide eyes on people's faces when they're watching this film has been a lovely gift.
It's a good thing you come along when you did, Mary Poppins.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
So you've been off filling the children's heads with stuff and nonsense.
You've forgotten what it's like to be a child.
Everything is possible.
Even the impossible.